Guys, today this video is something I'm very excited to talk about. This is something I implemented a couple months ago, and man, it has changed my life. And that is having a morning routine that makes you feel more alert when you wake up. Everyone knows how it feels like to wake up, especially early in the morning. You know, 6:30, maybe you wake up at 6:30 for school or something, you feel like shit. Even though you've gotten a good night's sleep, 9 o'clock or something, you feel horrible. And then that usually affects people throughout the day. You know, they wake up groggy, they kind of, get out of bed, shower, brush their teeth, eat breakfast. They feel okay, but then they crash later in the day. And you're probably thinking it's because of coffee. No, it has nothing to do with coffee. I mean, it does, but if you do drink coffee, but that's not one of the reasons. Let's go back to like hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, what our ancestors did. They used to wake up in a cave. And the first thing that they would do is go outside, and they would carry the energy that they have to kill fucking saber-toothed tigers and like boars and shit like that. Saber-toothed tigers is really long ago. Let's not talk about that. But like boars and things to get food for their tribe. They used to carry that energy throughout the day for hours, while people like us can't even stay focused in class for more than 2 hours, and they crash within like before 1 a.m. So today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can feel more alert when you wake up and carry that throughout the day. Let's go. Number 1 is morning sunlight. This one, I'm gonna get closer for this. This one is so fucking important. I'm gonna be teaching you 2 practices in this video. If you're only gonna choose one, choose this one because it is so important. Morning sunlight plays a crucial role in how alert you feel. Once again, I said, what did our ancestors do when they woke up? First thing they did is go outside. How did it affect them in a positive way? Morning sunlight, this is the crucial part. It is way better to get it right when you wake up, preferably within 10 to 15 minutes. And it is also better to view the sun when it is lower to the horizon. Why do you want to look at it earlier when you wake up? Is because it sets your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is basically your internal clock that determines how tired you feel. So when you view the sun, it'll turn on the clock, which basically makes you like not tired anymore. That's the simplest way. But then it'll set a clock for 16 hours later. It'll start melatonin production, and adenosine will start to build up. I mean, adenosine builds up anyway, not because of the sun, but like, let's talk about melatonin production. Melatonin, if you guys don't know already, melatonin is basically the hormone that controls how tired you are. So you want to view it earlier when you wake up, because it sets your circadian rhythm. And 2, it is better to view it like when the sun is lower to the horizon. So when it's up, sure, it works perfectly. But if you have the chance and you wake up quite early, this is good. View it when it's closer to the horizon, so it's just peeking over. The reason for this is because it gives off more lux. Lux is basically another word for light energy. So the sun gives off more light energy when it is closer to the horizon. So when you see sunrise, here's the horizon and the sun is just kind of peeking over. That's when it works the best. So it gives more light energy off. And what that light energy gives is something called cortisol. Cortisol is basically a body stress hormone. I know it sounds bad, but let me explain in a second. Cortisol is basically a stress hormone, but it also releases a fight or flight response, which makes you more alert. So you can see where I'm getting with this. If you're feeling, it releases a healthy amount of cortisol and also a healthy amount of fight or flight. The reason why you get that fight or flight response is because it releases other hormones like adrenaline. But once again, a healthy amount of adrenaline. A lot of people associate adrenaline with the midst of a boxing fight, you're gonna have adrenaline. No. Adrenaline can be used in a healthy way, and it's not gonna make you like fucking, hands are shivering and you're like shitting your pants. Adrenaline can be used in very good ways. So let's take away the mindset that adrenaline is just something to be used when you're scared. Adrenaline will make you feel more alert as well and make you more focused. So for an example, when you drink coffee, adrenaline is given off a little bit. And honestly, it depends from people to people, how much adrenaline is released with how much coffee you drink. For me, actually, when I drink even just 1 cup of coffee, I get kind of jittery. A lot of people report that they get jittery after they drink coffee because because you're releasing adrenaline, and it depends. Once again, it's a healthy amount. It's okay to feel jittery after drinking coffee, but it depends from person to person how jittery they feel and how much adrenaline their body gives off in reaction to caffeine intake and stuff like that. So yeah, cortisol is a great thing. It makes you feel more alert and awake. Now, this is where a lot of people get sided, is that cortisol, I said once before, it is the stress hormone. So people are going to start associating, oh yeah, the sun is giving me cortisol, which is making me more stressed. No, it is not. Cortisol is not the only thing that is given off from the sun. Another hormone that is given off is serotonin. Serotonin is one of the 4 feel-good hormones alongside dopamine. Why did I do this? Nigga? Alongside dopamine, alongside oxytocin, and alongside endorphins. Serotonin is once again one of the 4 feel-good hormones. So it makes you feel more happier, and it lowers heart rate and reduces stress. It basically just suppresses stress. So when cortisol comes in, makes you won't feel stressed, but it'll start to happen. But then serotonin just intercepts that shit, and it'll make you feel less stressed. It'll suppress. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. Serotonin also does other things. It doesn't just reduce stress, but it also increases how alert and awake you are. Serotonin is probably one of the more main reasons why you feel more awake when you wake up, because it stimulates parts of the brain that controls sleeping. So basically what it does is that another neurotransmitter slash hormone that determines how sleepy you are is called adenosine. And adenosine builds up throughout the day. It is lowest when you wake up, yes, and so is melatonin. So it's almost like adenosine. How do I explain this? This is more towards, going throughout the day, because people get tired. Once again, I said before, you get more tired throughout the day and you crash later. What the sun does is that it's almost like a parking spot. Adenosine starts to take that parking spot throughout the day. But then if you're getting morning sunlight, once again, within like 10 to 15 minutes of waking up, the serotonin and other things like other hormones will just take that parking spot and reduce how much adenosine is built up throughout the day. So you're feeling a lot more awake for longer. So that stimulating parts of the brain that control sleeping, that is to keep you alert and awake throughout the day. But how does it control how awake you are right now? It suppresses melatonin production and also just reduces how much you have overall. Nobody has like 0 of a hormone, and you will never have 0 of a hormone unless if you're dead. So when you wake up, you're gonna have a little bit of melatonin. Obviously you're gonna have a lot less than you did before the night before when you were about to go to sleep. But when you wake up, especially if you got like really bad sleep, and also you are one of those people who just are not a morning person and just feel like shit when they wake up, serotonin suppresses how much melatonin you have, therefore making you more awake and less sleepy. So serotonin does wonders for how awake you are and how long you can stay awake for. And that's pretty much it for morning sunlight. The next part is cold showers. Cold showers, if I'm being honest, I take them from time to time, but cold showers or just any sort of cold exposure. I live in Canada and I like to wake up quite early, especially on weekdays. I wake up at about 6:30. It is freezing. So sometimes I won't even take a cold shower. Like after my shower, like after I come downstairs and stuff like that, I'll just go outside. Sometimes I'll just meditate outside or read outside, and just, there you go, cold exposure. It sucks ass, but like it's good for you. And it also wakes you up. And the reason how it wakes you up and makes you feel more alert is once again adrenaline. I don't have to explain much about adrenaline because everyone just knows what adrenaline is, and I've explained it before in this video. But yeah, adrenaline, it releases adrenaline, once again a healthy amount. And another way that cold showers can impact how alert and awake you are is that the sudden change in temperature puts your body into like a shock-like state. It shocks you. Cold showers, if I'm being honest, it varies from person to person because a lot of people don't know how to do it properly. For me, cold showers doesn't really wake me up, but cold just exposure, like going outside, does. But one thing that happens is that my shower, if I'm being honest, it doesn't go that cold. I literally like standing outside at 6:30 in the morning in like November does better. I mean, that should be pretty obvious. But my shower doesn't really go that cold. Like, yeah, it's like I'm kind of cold in the shower, but it doesn't really bring me throughout the day. Like within an hour, the effect is gone off. But yeah, if you're getting cold exposure, or even you have like one of those ice baths or something, like one of those tubs where you like freeze overnight and break the ice and like you go in there, that shit will do wonders for you and your energy level. The shock-like state, once again, the adrenaline, it'll release a lot more adrenaline just than normal, than like cold showers or something. If you literally have ice in a bath and you step in, once again, a healthy amount of adrenaline. You're not going to be like, boxing fight kind of adrenaline. I mean, maybe when you're in the ice bath, but once you get out, you'll be fine. You'll still have a healthy amount of adrenaline. And then after that, your body will start to, try to adapt to the change of temperature. So this is where a lot of people say that they feel more focused, is that your body is focusing on, I don't know too much about it, but people say that they feel more, I mean, I definitely feel more focused after a cold shower or cold exposure. But people say it's because of your body trying to adapt to the environment again, and trying to warm your body up and stuff like that. I'm not sure about that last part. I haven't done too much research about it, but cold showers are great for your energy levels. And that's pretty much it for this video. If there's one key takeaway from this video, it definitely has to be morning sunlight. morning sunlight is such a crucial aspect. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you subscribe. I definitely put effort into these videos to give you guys more content, and also I just love doing YouTube. But make sure you subscribe because I do put effort into it. It's free and I would totally appreciate it. Anyways, that's it. That's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, bros.